Good morning. Almost every week, I am at a cemetery. Funerals, or just sometimes no funeral mass, but only a burial. But I would say sometimes maybe 2, even 3 times in a week, I'll be at a cemetery. And if I'm at a cemetery where my family is buried or some people I knew from the deaf community are buried, I'll always try to go over to their grave and say a prayer there. This morning I was thinking about the readings and especially what happens when we die. Because when we die, what's buried there? Our bodies, yes, but also a lot of what we did or didn't do, or said or didn't say, or signed or didn't sign, are buried there too. And I was thinking especially those feelings, those negative feelings of anger, frustration, wanting to get even with people, gossip, backstabbing. When you die, where are those feelings? They're buried there too. Now, why am I saying that? The gospel today, St. Peter says to Jesus, "Well, suppose my brother hurts me. I should forgive him 7 times? And Jesus says, no, 70 times 7 times. And Peter's like, wait. It's impossible. Nobody can forgive a person over and over and over again. And Jesus says, well, let me tell you a story. And so we have this wonderful story in the gospel today about a king who forgives his servant. And the servant owes this guy a ton of money. And then that same servant goes out and he meets another servant who owes him just a little bit. And he refuses to forgive. And Jesus says, if the first servant received forgiveness, and then the same servant refuses to forgive another person, you think God forgets that? The point of the readings this Sunday is God and God's way of looking at our lives and what we do and how we do it, and especially if we just continue to obsess on things that happened in our past, and because of those things we're angry and we never give up thinking about him, and we're very frustrated and we hate that person. The first reading today, it's an amazing reading, and I want to sign and say this reading. This is a reading from the book of Sirach. Wrath and anger, those things are truly terrible, but the sinner hugs them. If a person seeks vengeance, then the Lord will do vengeance to that person, because the Lord always remembers our sins. And so God says, forgive your neighbor's injustice. Why? Because then God will forgive you your injustice. Good question from the reading. Can anyone nourish anger against another and expect the Lord to heal that person? Can anyone refuse mercy to another and then seek pardon for their own sins. The reading goes on. Remember your last days. Hatred, put it aside. Remember your death. Remember that your body will decay. It will. And if you remember that, then you will stop sinning. Good reminders to us. If we really expect and want God's mercy to touch our lives, if we really want God's pardon when we are ready to die, then we can't wait. We need to forgive now. We need to disconnect from our angers and vengeful feelings now. So then we will be ready, when we die, to die with God's mercy and forgiveness.